Hey guys, welcome back to Movie Geek Channel, another episode of the Criterion Corner series. This is episode 5. Let's talk about one of the films that just let me feel intense and excitement and just overall and stressful and anxiety. Want to know what's gonna happen next. This is Spine 1011. This is a film directed by Sidney Lumet. That is the film I'm gonna talk about, Fail Safe. This film just blew me away, going in knowing nothing. With the exception that I heard nothing but great things about this movie, especially when Nathan Hill gave a great recommendation for this film, and knowing why, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get it during the 50% off sale in summer 2020, and I watched it, going blind and clean and knowing nothing except with the exception that it's directed by Sidney Lumet, who did 12 Angry Men, one of my favorite films in the Criterion collection, for sure. Top tier in my top 5. I was like, okay, if this film could top 12 Angry Men, well, let me tell you, this film is as great as 12 Angry Men. Sidney Lumet as a director knows how to tell an engaging story that keeps you in, that keeps you watching it and knowing what's going to happen next, wanting to know what's going to happen next. And this is very similar to 12 Angry Men, the intensity of the dialogue piece, but this is more than just a courtroom drama. This is basically a nuclear warfare that's going to happen, and the situation they are in, it's just something to behold. It's just so intense. The only way I can describe about Spell Safe is intense. It is an intense film throughout. And you got Henry Fonda as the President of the United States, which is just phenomenal. I mean, Henry Fonda as an actor is phenomenal. He's been in one of the Sidney Lumet films, 12 Angry Men. He's great in that film. He's great in this because he played a President of the United States that he's worrying what the situation is going to happen next. He's very calm, yet smart. But he's scared inside. He's scared inside that he doesn't want chaos. He doesn't want a mess that's going to happen. And Henry Fonda as an actor gives one of the great performances of his career in Failsafe. Even though one of my favorite performances from him is 12 Angry Men. But he's phenomenal in this movie. Now, what I love about this movie that the first half of this movie is all about setup. It's a setup, yet it starts slow, but in a good way. It starts slow so you can get you excited a little bit more until the second half. The second half, everything goes craziness and chaos and anxiety feeling in your body that you watch this movie that you want to know what's gonna happen next. Like what? You know, that kind of situation going on. In the first half, you seen what the characters doing, what their jobs, and what's gonna happen after that. The situation they are in, the self-discovery, what's gonna happen, that everything will go chaos after that, and it's just a slow, but yet set up. They're setting up something madness gonna happen in the second half, and I love that because we more film needed that in nowadays. That we need a properly set up. Don't go to the point yet until the exciting incident happened in the second half of the movie. In the first half, it's just great to see what other characters are, what their jobs, what are the situations they are in. Different dialogue pieces. Just it keeps you in. I was glued in the beginning of the movie, like, okay, I'm here for this. Let's see what's gonna happen after that, and just the story picks up into the craziness that's gonna happen. And no film like Spell Safe gave me just a feeling of stress and anxiety moments in the movie, especially in the last half of the movie, the third act of the climax of the movie. No films like that besides Avengers Endgame. It was something I ever dreamed of. But Fail Safe is very different because this feels like a indie type film from the 60s. And it's all about the story what's gonna give that gives you a very engaging ride. A ride that will give you stress just all the place. Stress. It all summed up, it's like a nightmare. this is like what if scenario situation. Like what if this could happen in our world? Like what if? And this film showcased that because we have President of the United States, we have other territory like the Soviet Union, um, to show what if this happened? What if this happened to our world? And it shows like a realism way that yeah, this could happen any day or any scenario. But really, like, what if this could happen? What if this film is an example of why government or anything is a scary place to go through? And this film showcased that, and having a position for Henry Fonda character as a president of the United States, going through and see what's gonna happen in the change in events, and how he has to stay calm as a president of the United States, but at the same time he's scared in the inside. He is scared in the inside with the emotion that Henry Fonda gives. He's very calm, he's very intelligent, and but in the end, he is scared in the inside. He a human being nonetheless. And overall, Sidney Lumet as a filmmaker knows how to tell a very intense, riveting storytelling, a very engaging story that I've seen from his films so far, like from Network to Dark Day Afternoon to 12 Angry Men and now Failsafe. He's becoming one of my favorite directors. Top 6, top 7, up there. He because he knows how to tell an engaging story. He knows what direction he will go. He knows what kind of tone he wants. He knows what characters development that he wants to go. He knows all that stuff because film. He wanted to enjoy the ride. Basically, he wanted to be in the situation that the film are in, that the characters are in. We want to feel anxiety. We want to feel stress. We want to feel scared that what's gonna happen next. And without question, there's never a dull moment in the film that just took me out of film. Nothing like that. I was glued to the screen entirely of the run time. Because as an audience, we want to know what's gonna happen next. We want to know if that's happening, then what's gonna happen that, and questioning ourselves like okay. And let's talk about the ending. Wow. The editing in this movie is very pivotal part of the film, especially the third act of the film. Because the film cut back into many different places in the film. One in the president secret base, one in the control room, one in the jet, I believe the Air Force, and one in the overall scenario in the world. And the editing is so crucial in the film that it doesn't feel drag or anything. In fact, it's like a nightmare situation. It feels like a nightmare when you're watching the movie, like when the editing standpoint in the third act of the film, that it gives you like a gut punch, like a big old gut punch in your face, that knowing what just happened. And the ending gives you like a very ambiguous, well, not in an ambiguous way that left you questioning, but it left you questioning what just happened. What just happened? That whole idea or question, what just happened? An ending just, I was edging in my seat, and to know that things aren't exactly okay. It's very apocalyptic feeling. Like every moment in this movie had the sense of urgency, the sense of worrying and stress and scared. The sense of urgency is all. Everything about this movie is all in the moment, especially the ending, which just blew me away and left me speechless. I have no words. I was watching the credits roll down, and I was still glued to the screen and knowing, saying my brain, what just happened? What just happened? And Sidney Lumet did a phenomenal job making this film, you know, feeling in the moment that what just happened. That's all I can say. What just happened in the end? I mean, it's all feel like a nightmare. That a what if scenario, like what if this could happen in a real world right now? And the question is this film as good as 12 Angry Men? Yes. Basically, right now at the moment, 12 Angry Men and Failsafe is tied. One of my favorite Sidney Lumet film. And then Network and Dark Day Afternoon. I still need to see more of Sidney Lumet film. There's other films I really want to check it out. But Failsafe is my second Sidney Lumet film I ever saw. First being 12 Angry Men. And then I saw Network and I saw Dark Day Afternoon later on. Great film, by the way. But Failsafe, it blew me away. I was captivated the whole throughout the movie, and I was engaged by the story. The story is just so well played out, and it's like everything feels like the game of chess. Because we don't know what's gonna happen next in throughout the whole chess game, and this film showcased that. Like, okay, what's the next move? Okay, what's the next scene? What's the next scenario? And after the scenario, and after that, it's like everything what's going on in the film is like the chess. It's like the game of chess. That's what it feels like watching this movie. Like, what's the next opponent? What's the next move? What's the next strategy? Basically, that's all it feels like. It's all a game of chess. That's what my mind after watching this movie. When I have much more to think about, I was like, failsafes feel like kind of like the game of chess, in a way that it deals with strategy. It's still the game that they are in, the situation they are in. I was saying that after finishing the movie, I was like, wow, this feels like a game of chess, and I love the ending. The ending was bold and risky, and it was kept you on the edge of the seat, just knowing, questioning myself, saying, what just happened? What just happened? And overall, great film, great cast, great direction by Sidney Lumet, and phenomenal editing. The editing in this movie is very pivotal part of the movie. It's like adding another layer into intensity of the film. It's all about intense, and it's so tense that it gives you so much stress and so much anxiety watching this. Now, this is a great release. When this was announced, I didn't know this film was directed by Sidney Lumet. I saw, Failsafe looks interesting. The cover looks interesting. I didn't know it was directed by Sidney Lumet when Nathan Hale did a recommendation for this film. I was like, I gotta get this for the 50% off because I want to watch more Sidney Lumet. The only film at the time prior getting this, prior getting Network and Dark Days Afternoon on Blu-ray, 12 Angry Men was my only Sidney Lumet film I've seen until Failsafe, Dark Day Afternoon, and Network, and I need to see more of his filmography. Now, the transfer in this movie looks phenomenal. I mean, it looks pristine and clean. Just a beautiful black and white, gorgeous, and yeah, and it's a new 4K digital restoration of the film. There's a couple of extras, including I need to see this. Failsafe Revisited, a short documentary from 2000, including interview with Lumet, screenwriter Walter Burstein, and actor Dan Hurley. So yeah, great release. I love the design overall. It's just it feels like all things chaos. You got failsafe all over the place in the Discord. That means there's a chaos into them. And then we got a beautiful interior art. Well, you cannot see because of the glare. Yep. Can you see it? I don't know. And then I'll come to this point. This is not a booklet. I kind of wish it was a booklet, but it's kind of like a poster meet a pamphlet. So you got Failsafe here, and yeah, about the transfer, the cast and crew, and then talking about the movie. So yeah, and also it's pretty cool design that the essay is designed like a bomb. You cannot see. Well, there you go. Yeah, it's like designed as a bomb with pretty cool attention to detail for that. Great film, great release. I mean, I was so happy to add another Sidney Lumet into the Criterion Collection beside 12 Angry Men, which is just a phenomenal film. I mean, you have not seen 12 Angry Men, I highly recommend. I mean, you want to get into Sidney Lumet for the very first time, I highly recommend do a double bill between 12 Angry Men and Fail Safe. And I heard a lot of people, Fail Safe do a great double bill with Doctor Strangelove, because I still need to see. That's a film directed by Stanley Kubrick. I still need to see that film. I still need to own that on Blu-ray. I have not seen it, but it's one of my high priority watch list basically. But Fail Safe is just phenomenal, intense. Great first act. It's all about setup, and the second half is all intense chaos and just it's just a whole nother level of intensity and chaos and just stress. And I love this film. I immediately fell in love with the movie after finishing the movie. I was like, yeah, I love this movie, and that's all I can say. What's just that? Well, there you have it, guys. This is the episode 5 of the Criterion Corner. Talking my thoughts on Failsafe. One of my favorite first time watches in the year 2020 was just a phenomenal. The film blew me away. Overall, I highly recommend you have not seen Failsafe. You have to see it for yourself. You have to experience the movie for yourself. I mean, it's a movie that you must see before you die, basically. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Have a good day. Take care.